A thread by Carlos Osuita. Okay, we gotta grim up again. Let's address the claim that the Bannon arrest was purely political. That notion is simply more of the pathological refusal to accept that Donald Trump is a master at what he's doing. It's clear that Trump began planning his presidential run in 1980 at the very latest. In his 1980 interview with Rona Barrett, he said, "One man could turn this country around." Trump learned a lot between 1980 and 2015 when he announced. For one thing, he learned that the best thing he could do was create a loud, orange faced persona that would allow him to do everything in plain sight. Trump is one of the greatest psychologists who ever lived. He realized that by simply tweeting and wearing orange makeup, his enemies would forever underestimate him. Forever. They simply will not learn. But too many of his supporters will not learn either. They think that Bannon will be squeezed to give up dirt on Trump. What dirt? Trump was impeached, and it had zero impact. There was an attempted government coup. He defeated it. A parade of lying women came out and got cuddled in public by Gloria Allred. No impact. What can Bannon give them? How many tell-all books have been published? They don't say anything. Nobody has anything on Trump because there is nothing. Trump spent a minimum of 35 years making sure that there would be nothing. And there is nothing. Do you think Trump spilled his guts to Bannon? About what? What can the Democrats throw at Trump that hasn't already been thrown? You know how progressives are being converted? They're being shown video compilations of Trump supporters having the tar knocked out of them. This is part of a deliberate strategy. Let me explain how the American obsession with words has made too many of us really stupid. People say something and believe it, and that's where it ends. They never think about the ramifications. People honestly believe in massive government conspiracies, but it doesn't change their behavior in any way. They don't even lose sleep over it. They can pass a lie detector test, but the thought process ends after "I believe blank." George Orwell said that most pacifists oppose war, and that's as far as they take it. They offer no alternatives, and they don't spend even a second thinking about the ramifications or refusing to go to war under any circumstances. During and right after World War I, several neutral European armed forces created massively powerful land forces. Denmark, Norway, Switzerland, and the Netherlands had experimented with or created assault units. They had everything: light machine guns, mortars, flamethrowers, assault artillery, tons of hand grenades, and grenade launchers. The firepower was on a par with the Germans. Then they got rid of it all. In 1940, the Germans rolled them up with ease. If those countries had put up a furious fight with modern weapons and tactics, the Nazis would have been deterred. World War II may have been avoided. The Swiss had one general. He was an old bastard who rejected all modern weapons as frippery. He said the Swiss would repel enemies with manliness. The Swiss had to wait until he retired before they could embark on a crash modernization program. When the Nazis started revving up for another world war, all those sad countries had tons of regrets. Too late. This is what happens when you don't think things through. You just bark out a statement of belief, not based on facts, but your belief is as far as you go. How is that possible? It's because all that matters is words and beliefs. One of the worst fields is building military scale models. No matter what you do, people tell you you're doing it wrong. You don't even ask. They just tell you. They have insane beliefs, such as, if you can see it, You can paint it. They tell you that you must completely assemble a model before painting it. I asked a guy once how the hell he would paint the open cockpit of a World War I fighter. If you see it, you can paint it. He'd never built such a model before. This is a model. There is absolutely no way to completely assemble and rig the aircraft and then paint the cockpit. Not if you want to do a good job. I lost my close-up vision for a variety of reasons, so I can't build models anymore. I don't miss it. The field was ruined by belligerent buttholes just looking to put you down. It's the same with politics. Absolute fools all say the same thing to me. If you think blank, then you're even stupider than I thought. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, the special kind that are crying. 1, I don't give a tinker's damn what you think of me. And 2, I'm not some bizarre slogan slinger who never follows up the slogans with actual thinking. There's no reason to hit Steve Bannon with false charges. He can't give up information on Trump that will hurt Trump. And Trump's been through the blast furnace and he emerged unharmed. He knows what his real support is. His re-election isn't a crapshoot. He made sure it was inevitable. A final note. I have a Jew-hating stalker here whose tweets I always hide. Today, she was blathering about censorship. Laura Loomer is the most deplatformed person in the United States, and she just creamed her opponents in the Florida GOP primary. Despite the Dem +9 district, I think Loomer will win. She's obviously got shadowy advisors. Here's how things work. People got on Team Trump over 20 years ago and have been clandestine ever since. They know what to do, and they have no contact with Trump. None. So, you need to stop lecturing me on how, if I think this or that, I'm stupid. I know stuff that would blow your slogan-slinging mind. It's only because I research everything. I don't care if you ever have faith in Trump or not. All you're doing is showing that you're unable to think. Not my problem.